So, last few sessions you descended into those suffocating depths of the Nightmare Tree, entering its pulsing heart to confront Nizara. Her voice slithered around your minds like smoke, whispering promises of rebirth and ruin as she hovered above the ritual chamber. This undead, queen-like figure draped in red, cloaked in rot. And when you rejected her final offer to flee, battle erupted. Nizara cursed you, bramble husks surged her defense, shadowy doppelgangers mirrored Liska, and later Valdmir, twisting your strength against you. Vellum disrupted the ritual by slamming obsidian shards into its conduits, while Liska, in this brave moment, hurled herself and her mirror to the thorny abyss below. In battling her, Rita conjured walls of fire to burn away the ritual's anchors, even as Nizara tried to stop her. Dejar pushed to dismantle the magic further, but was struck down by necrotic power, only to be saved by Rita's swift healing. Etheria briefly silenced Nizara with a magic nullifying collar, though she shattered it in fury. Valdmir tore free druidic staff, disrupting another anchor, but her shadow twin brought her down. Vellum was banished. The Jar unleashed a swarm of explosive fireball beads into the heart, triggering this catastrophic blast. But the Jar fell, lifeless, as Nizara uttered a power word kill. Rita, disguised as a spider, was discovered and died to withering eldritch blasts. But then a turning point. With allies fallen or lost, Etheria loosed an obsidian arrow, breaking Nizara's concentration, and at that moment Vellum returned, radiant, furious, and hurled his solarite javelin, stunning the weakened Deathlock. Together, he and Etheria delivered the final blows, reducing Nizara to blackened ash at the hand of Vellum's Sunblade. In the aftermath, he revived Rita and Dejar. Etheria discovered Valdmir was alive, but trapped in a trauma-induced coma, a withering sleep. Determined to save her, Etheria began an 8-hour ritual of cleansing, aided by your collective efforts. Slowly, painfully, you pushed back the lingering corruption. The nightmare's grip loosened, and life began to stir once more. You recovered the unconscious Grunker, rousing him to consciousness, and retrieved his axe, Eld, and that lingering primal fury of elemental flame returned to his spirit. During the ritual, Etheria entered some sort of memory held by the dream itself, witnessing her birth and naming beneath the ancient boughs of a spirit tree. Within the memory, you influenced the fearful elders, ensuring Valdmir received a name of balance, dusk-rooted Valdmir, a name sanctified by the spirit tree and watched over by an ancient emerald dragon, referred to as the Warden. You realised this dream was only the first. There will be more to come, memories that must be guided, healed one by those who care for her. Afterwards, you explored the surrounding chambers. In one, you found a strange thorn-wrought eye embedded into the wall of a forgotten lectern chamber, an unsettling remnant of the nightmare's site. Before departing the barrow, you confronted Vailutra, the bound satyr spellcaster that you were confronted previously. And through a tense but earnest conversation, you offered her a different path. Questioning her allegiance to the nightmare, you gave her a choice. She left quietly with her companion. The barrow, now cleansed, is no longer a fortress of corruption, but a place in recovery. The nightmare's presence still lingers, but its end is inevitable. Given weeks or months, it will rot away, leaving the barrow and the jungle to be reclaimed by the rhythm of nature. As you step out from the barrow into the wilderness, already the signs are clear. At first subtle, and then unmistakable. You see it. Crimson brambles, once twisted with hunger, now curl in on themselves, withering to dust. Blood-red petals blacken and crumble beneath your steps. Dead branches drop like forgotten spears. Overhead, the nightmare tree itself sags, its limbs heavy and lifeless. Death. Natural, peaceful death has returned to this place. And with it comes renewal. From the ash, life will sprout again. Shoots will rise. The land will breathe. And as you emerge into the light of dawn, sunlight streaming through the broken canopies and skeletal limbs, what would you like to do?
Suppose with everything handled, gotten all the goodies, we've seen to the stragglers. Purification has been complete. Is everyone good to start making our way back to the wagon?
Going to slightly out of character. I don't remember. Did Etheria tell anyone her familiar was following that group of guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I think
know if she did.
It was so long ago.
It was, but really, it
I
only
have no
about
recollection.
An hour and a half. Oh no,
Well, it's been 8 hours on top of that as well.
Yes, that's true. But still, that's within a day. You, generally speaking, would remember. But it's been so long IRL that I have no clue.
No, I don't think she did.
Well, I mean, it could be a point to bring up now if you like.
If she so desires.
I only asked, for the fact that we're potentially about to teleport a very long distance away.
Yeah, we need to decide if we
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
go after them if they're even still within
Do we
range.
want to go after those guys? I mean, it's been 8 hours.
Yeah.
They're essentially gone.
I mean, if anything,
I mean, if
just again, very out of character. Liska wouldn't be able to put this together. You can always just your familiar doesn't disappear at a certain distance. You just can't look through their eyes. But you can always recall your familiar and be like, hey, can you tell me where the fuck you went? Or what they were doing? Or what stuff like that? Because your familiar remembers.
True.
That is true.
That's true.
it is true,
At least having the information
that's
and then
true.
knowing what to do with it is a good first step.
David's technically correct, the best kind of correct.
So that's very much up to that.
Yeah. It's worth bringing up for sure. I don't feel that's a just me thing. I feel those kinds of things are also party decisions.
Well, I meant more you bringing up the familiar part. But yes, I agree.
Oh.
This would turn into a group discussion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. I don't want to gatekeep information. So where are we at the moment?
You are currently emerging out of the barrow. This is the front
Okay.
entrance where you first found your sister.
Then she will, as it is region appropriate, bring up the fact that this is where we saw those guys with that chest. Let's see. She'll, something to kind of pay attention to. You remember the weird sort of martial artist guy with his big goons. They had like the big trunk of goods.
I barely remember that, but okay.
Points to the west. They ran off that way. I had my familiar follow them, since it's, she taps near her eye, invisible. It's been a while, and they're probably a distance, but do we want to let that criminal group supporting all of this kind of get away, or do we want to just leave?
Well, depends on how far they're gone.
I
When
would.
you see how
I mean,
far
I
they
could-
traveled.
I could bring my familiar back.
Well, by distance,
Really,
they
it's
would
sort
have
of,
been,
do we want to follow that trail, or is it not worth it?
by now, they would have been long gone.
I mean,
Also,
maybe we don't know. They could have gone a relatively safe distance and just bunkered down and done nothing.
Could have been eaten by dinosaurs.
True.
I did hurt
I guess
them.
call the
They
familiar
would need
back
to
in.
heal.
And see.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta call it back anyway, right?
And so I will.
All right. This small invisible sparkle of energy reappears in your hand.
We don't see shit.
Nope.
No one's actually seen the familiar, so Evan probably just thinks she's fucking crazy.
Hey, we've seen what you do. Like either you're
It's
crazy
real, I swear.
or you're too good. But
Yeah,
like,
we humor you because we know what you can do to us.
Listen, that was the shadow me, okay? It was my evil identical twin.
I mean,
Anywho,
you can't refute that.
yes. Anywho, I recall back my little familiar. Janner, what secret lores do I learn?
You all hear this sort of very, very faint magical twinkling as Etheria kind of leans down, her long pointed ear kind of swiveling to and fro as she seemingly listens to thin air. Through the familiar doesn't necessarily recall words to you, but more feeling, a sensation, and you get the general gist of it. From what you can gather, they might have travelled some ways around the side of the mountain towards the main road, and then one of them seemingly pulled out some sort of sandstone tablet, maybe about what's the size? What size would they be?
A4?
Yeah, so sort of like a I'd say more like an A5 sheet of paper, similar size to that, and sort of broken it in half, and then the group would have vanished.
They teleported.
Well, nothing to do in that instance, then. That makes sense that they would, but still, damn.
Yeah, well.
And you gather probably another magic item that they had on hand, being a group that, from what you now know, traffics in magic items. They make full use of that.
Yeah, you either need a emergency get the fuck out of there button, or just level the entire building.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it also does help us a little because now we know they have these sort of sandstone teleport tablets.
True. And also, with us not going after them, it does mean that, plausible deniability. If we
No,
go,
this
if we go
is-
specifically seeking them out and they get away, then we're in deep shit. But we were just present when
hard.
something went wrong, and less likely to
It's
get
hard for
attacked
me.
by attacks.
You're very quiet, Black Spice. I've got to turn you up.
Shouldn't.
There we go.
Like I was saying,
It is
Makes
worth
it
noting
easy.
I did like kill one of them, I think.
that
But they wouldn't know that.
I
Nope.
mean, you're a sniper archer. Like, if you aren't killing your target,
what are you doing?
Hmm.
Well, they didn't see shit.
My best.
If anything, you could probably
enough.
blame the Satyrs because they would know that the Satyrs have keen archers who are good at stealth in their ranks.
I mean, considering the missives, they would most likely do that.
So they can make all the assumptions they want. Not our problem.
It's
For you.
a problem for somebody. Who that somebody is, I'll let someone else decide.
I assume Etheria, conveys this information.
Oh, of course.
It's just, sorry, I'm just picturing the idea of like her listening to nothing and then just staying silent.
Yeah, from
All right, let's go.
from what your familiar recalls to you, they were getting the fuck out of there and using some sort of emergency ollie outie. Best way I could describe it.
They hit the oh shit button.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
Emergency eject. Just
We've been bruised. Get the fuck out.
Deals
Right,
off,
well.
deals off.
One less thing to worry about, I guess. Should we get moving back to the wagon?
Probably. I'm sure Bastion is anxious.
Well, it should be an easier trip back at least.
All right. So as you follow your previous footsteps, following on from the path you previously ascended up the hill, you would notice this first Etheria and Saoyun. You kind of look off to the side of the pathway, and you can see this crumpled sort of heap of bones and brambles. And then you can see a second pile off to the other side. And as you continue on your path, you then see what appears to be the very familiar sight of these long, sort of brambled backs, these large, hunched creatures. At least one of them you can see is just slumped over in the grass, not moving at all.
Good.
This is one of those nightmare wardens that you previously fought, and you can see as you're passing it a couple of these branches that you see growing from its back snaps, and the branch falls to the ground, much akin to how a number of the branches from the corrupted trees are also sort of withering. It would seem that the decaying nightmare has also had its effect on these creatures as well.
Well, this is something.
As you continue on back down towards the location you left Bastion, the caravan, and your new Ankylosaurus friend Clubby.
oh yeah, I forgot about it. Liska's new mount.
Let me go ahead and just bring you over.
Where did we leave Webby again? Was he with the cards?
I think with the cart.
Where did you leave Webby?
Yeah, because I think Webby was
Oh no.
at some point separated from Grunka.
Yeah, and when we
Yeah, I mean,
went
it wasn't
to
with
go
him.
search for,
It wasn't with him when he was kidnapped. So
Yeah.
we left him with the cart.
was it the cart or?
I don't think we'd have brought Webby with us to the.
No. You wouldn't have brought him with you. I was just thinking on maybe he was left in. What was her name again? The Mountainfall Druid, or the Demon Druid rather.
Tuli?
Yeah.
She'd been gone
I don't
for a
think.
while.
Yeah, I don't think we left him in her.
No,
Pretty sure
Lightbase
he's
just
just with
left
the
with
cart.
the.
Yeah, just probably. Was
Yeah.
the cart.
Yeah, I think Webby would just go to a place he knows.
You specifically told me before we did the whole kidnapping thing that you would have left the Webby with the cart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
All right. You brush aside this large curtain of willow leaves. You see there, sort of hunkered down next to the cart, is Bastion, and you can see his head is bloodied.
No.
There is no sign of Clubby currently.
Well, fuck.
And about 30 feet off, like just beyond that curtain of willow leaves, you can see some sort of slumped shape in the ground.
Liska's gonna go towards the slump shape.
You look over. It's not a large shape by any means, or rather, it's not bulky. This is lithe, sleek, feathered. What appears to be a giant raptor lies dead in the grass.
Ah, yes, because of course a raptor would know how to fight a goat.
So, how is the raptor dead? Is it like blunt force trauma? Like, did Clubby protect Bastion?
You can see there is a significant amount of dried blood, particularly around its caved-in skull and what appears to be some sort of dent in the side. Severe bruising.
Yep, got tag teamed.
Or both of them. Bastion did have blood on his head.
Can Liska... Oh man, we've been away from cart for some time. Can Liska look for tracks? And
Sure.
Clubby's a big fella.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make me a survival check.
This big fella, I forget. Clubby, did we figure out Clubby was even? Don't remember. Survival.
18. Kind of looking around for large round tracks deep in the grass and dirt. You do see the trace elements of these larger familiar footprints, and they seem to be trailing off around here. There does appear to have been some sort of scuffle. You can see hoof tracks, a mixture of large ankylosaur tracks and small three-toed claw tracks as well, all sort of gathered around here underneath the large canopy of willows. And it looks like the large ankylosaur tracks trollop off towards further down the hill.
Let's go. We'll follow that down.
All right.
Somebody go with their buddy system.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go with her.
Probably a good idea.
I am my own buddy.
So I will tend to Bastion, prejudicism, clean, and all that stuff.
Alright, gotcha.
Oh. I'll be back in the game in a second. The tab crashed.
Oh dear. Following the tracks, you indeed see, sort of nestled underneath a large under hollow of a series of tree roots, is a very injured looking ankylosaur.
This is gonna run on down.
Sheriff's not far behind.
You can see down the side of one side of its face, this large scar trickles down, trickles with long dried blood. You can see a couple of claw marks around where the raptor has likely attempted to graze at its neck. It seems to sort of back away from you for a moment. Its tail waving in the air territorially as it thumps it to the ground.
This is gonna just kind of hold its hands up. Like, it's okay, old friend. Everything is fine. It is me. It is me. Just gonna like slowly move forward, like with hand out, be like, let the sniffs happen.
Make me an animal handling check. 14. Okay. DC's been low because you've already done this before. It seems familiar to your scent by this point. So it's all a matter of getting that DC lower each time. That's the process of taming. But it slowly kind of steps out of its small hollow underneath the tree roots, sniffs your hand for a moment. And then presses its snout towards your hand.
Going to pet, scratch. Did you scare off the mean raptors? Did you save Bastion? Who's a good club?
It gives a small snort into your hand.
Lisk is going to so much. Remember, I had those star plants.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how much you had left, or if it survived messing around with. Either way, Lisk is going to give some means of sustenance, and then just be like, "We need to get back up the hill."
All right.
Can Liska? How does Clubby look? Clubby look severely injured. Like,
he looks quite injured. It looks like he barely escaped that attack.
Does it look like Clubby can move?
He can definitely move. Though it looks like it's
back up this hill kind of thing.
Oh yeah, the majority of his injuries are sort of towards his face and his neck. Nothing quite on the legs or the limbs. It just looks like it hurts to move his head or even blink right now. Best you can tell. You can see one eye is just sort of caked in blood.
Liska's gonna look at Dajar. Like, Dajar, do you happen to have these spare potions? I did not have any. I gave all mine away in the last combat.
Let me check. He's going through Joy of her bags. Not here in my bag of holding. I need to organize it soon. I don't have potions, but I do have some good berries that might help. Yeah, he gives you about like 10 of those. That's all I got for right now. I give those to the clubby. I think I'm out of potions. Let me just check once more in my other bag.
So yeah, this is going to give. Actually, totally forgot I had this. She's gonna take the good berries, and then she's also going to reach into her cache of holding and pull out the bread of nourishment.
Ah, okay.
That she's just hasn't had or just totally forgot she had. And she's going to this loaf of bread, and she's going to tear off a small chunk and feed it to.
Gotcha.
Feed it, and it heals 1d4.
One hit point. Lovely. Okay. He happily chows it down.
Liska's going to, over the earring, so Clubby is, there appears to have been a raptor attack, and Clubby killed the raptor, but got injured in the process. It looks like Clubby can walk, but I do not like. He might need some healing.
Silence. Radio silence over the earring, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
Does Gobble still have his earring on, or do you?
I assume Grunka would put their earring on. I assume it's been enough time for him to attune to everything, because you gotta attune everything one at a time, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, wait. That earrings wasn't attunable, right? It was just something.
I don't think it's. I don't think earrings are tunable.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Then I guess Trunk is gonna see if they can.
Surgery.
Yay!
Well, that's true. Was Grunka around when Clubby was introduced? Was Clubby before or after Grunka got kidnapped?
It was before Kroger got kidnapped.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
sure?
So it would...
Yes.
Because
I'm 100% sure because everyone was there when I tried to remove the nightmare from Clubby, and
Okay.
when I did, I got that level of exhaustion.
Listen, you were kind of the focus of that scene. I didn't notice there was Grunka or not. I just remember
That's fair.
at that point we'd gone deeper into the jungle looking for this place. I wasn't aware if what's the word? If you would, if we were searching for him in that place.
It was definitely after he got kidnapped.
Wait. You're contradicting yourself. Sorry. Clubby
No, I'm saying he
after
got.
Grunka.
No, I'm saying he got kidnapped after we rescued Clubby. That's what I'm saying. Clubby come first. Grunka got kidnapped after. Is what I'm saying.
Because we had
is
Clubby
correct.
whenever we first we found Clubby before we found Rita. Because we
Yes.
had Clubby on the bridge with the T-Rexes.
Yes.
Alright. So yeah, message, radio silence. Liska just kind of shaking her head. You might have
I'm
to
guessing.
leave.
Grunka's kind of, Grunka's a bit unfocused and is kind of looking over Eld. He's gonna realize that what Liska said has a little bit of a brain lag, and he's gonna touch his earring and go, what's wrong with Clubby?
Just a lot of like Raptor attacks, just kind of a lot of slashing damage.
Oh, okay. Good. Should I go over there or should I get over here?
I mean,
Meet
you
somewhere in the middle.
can come down.
Okay. Where did you go?
Liska's gonna do a fucking loud military whistle.
Oh, yeah, that's where you went. Okay. Luke's gonna head over to the very loud whistle.
I like I like the fact that it's very much like a thing that happens with the earrings. Just like, yeah, I'm over here. It's like that isn't how
It keeps happening.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
He's like, oh, I'm
You don't
up
understand. I hear you in my mind, not in the world. I have no idea where.
You're supposed to read my thoughts.
Here. Yeah, it's not even like a directional proponent to the voice. It's just in your
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, Tao hasn't invented GPS trackers yet.
So as you follow the high-pitched whistle some distance off, you eventually
I
find.
like the idea that the Grunka is gonna go a bit and be like, okay, do it again. Okay, do it again.
And again,
Okay, do it again.
and again. You eventually find your way following these whistles down the side of the hill, having to drop a few small cliff sides until you eventually find Liska there.
they were
Just
just
sort of,
steps for Liska.
yeah. Having to, and you do indeed see Liska there with a very bloodied Clubby, or dried blood by now, but it's clear that Clubby has been injured in a raptor attack. You can see the evident slash marks across his face, across the neck.
Oh boy. Okay, let's have a little look here. Grunka's gonna okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, Grunka's gonna carefully have a little look over, just kinda see where the worst wounds are, if there's gonna need suture and needs needle and thread, and just gonna.
There is a slight flinch and a grunt as he's unfamiliar with you, but familiar with Liska.
It's a lot easier when the person, when the thing I'm trying to fix up is, sentient. But let's see here.
I'd like you to make an animal handling check
Oh boy.
with
I'd like you
advantage.
to make an intelligence check to know the word sentient.
I'll say with advantage because this has already done hers, and she's sort of helping you calm down Clubby for a moment. 10. Okay.
Oh, it's
High enough intelligence. Yeah, with a high enough intelligence roll, you know that he is sentient. He's just not sapient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he doesn't. Grogan doesn't know the difference between those words. You kidding? He's heard someone say it once.
Just gets a nosebleed as he says, "What was that?"
There's this moment as you attempt to sort of take a bit of like rubbing alcohol from your kit, attempting to cleanse and disinfect the wound. There's this heavy flinch from Clubby, and completely misses you, thuds into the ground next to you. As a tail attack.
Levy, let's it's okay.
Grogan's gonna look at the like impact next to him and be like, yeah, he's not the worst.
Yara is just moving just a foot or two away.
You're the worst patient I have.
It's okay. It's gonna just be there and let's calm down.
Okay.
So you can continue, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to take a bit longer to calm him. It's going to take a bit longer to patch him up.
Oh boy. Well, I got nothing better to do, so let's do this. We should have some. We're just gonna mutter to himself about not having any sedations. And let's see. I imagine because Clubby is such a large fucker that it's gonna probably need more than one healer's kit. Yeah, large fucker, lovingly. Yeah, so probably gonna take a couple healer's kits.
Gotcha.
It's gonna use like so 3. Why not? He's big and he's very injured. And the healer kits are made for people in mind.
Yeah. Entirely makes sense.
Yeah, so he's going to I guess I'll make a healer's kit roll.
Sure.
Or a healer roll.
I think if you just use your healer feat, that should.
Yeah. Let's see, where the hell do I do that again?
In your features tab.
I think it's the features.
Features. Healer. My lungs.
It's a long, arduous process of a good half an hour of you trying to calm Clubby, almost avoiding getting hit by the club tail a couple of more times.
That's not right.
That is not right at all.
Correct. That is not right.
It's just only, like,
I guess we're just doing this manually then. What's the formula? The
let
roll
me see
formula?
here. It is 1d6 plus 4 plus the equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice. What level is Clubby?
He is an Ankylosaurus, so he's a CR3 creature.
Let's just do plus 3 then, I guess. I don't know, like...
Oh no,
His hit points are 8d12 plus 16.
Okay.
1d6
But-
plus 12.
1d6 plus 12.
Plus 12?
Is it the number of hit die?
Yeah, it is...
8 plus 4 is 12.
Yeah, so it's 1d6 plus 4 plus the
Oh, okay.
creature's maximum number of hit dice.
Plus 4 plus 12.
So that would be 8.
No,
right?
it's...
Oh.
Guys. It's
You're making this
1d6
harder.
plus 12. Trust me.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
so he
Yeah,
heals
just
I can
for...
tell the rules lawyer.
Yeah, I trust Avon. 17 hit points he heals for. And eventually
Oh, good.
he is gradually sedated as he calms down.
change one of these at some point, but for now, it's good as it's gonna get.
Probably healing up more when we're at the Necropolis, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, for now we wouldn't, die from, lack of blood or some sort of smelly infection.
Also, did you inhale the pollen back there in the burrow or something? You're coughing something fierce.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just kind of walked me around there. I don't really remember everything, but she did just kind of walk me around there. So, most likely.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, it's about as good as it's gonna get for now. Can always try and do this again later, unless we want to use some magical healing for.
No, it's fine.
It's gonna take
Thank
a-
you, Gronka.
Okay.
You can head back up to the carts.
Club-
Try to see through that lung, those lungs.
You feel, Grunky, you feel this sudden gust of warm, very smelly air as your ears kind of flutter back for a moment as Clubby gives you a snort.
That's fine. You're not worse than Stinky. Anyone still remember Stinky?
Jar just looks at who?
Oh, you weren't around. Liska, you remember. He's the big worm we saved.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yep, thinking.
We're just gonna walk away.
Grunky's got a longer memory than Liska.
Sure does.
It's okay.
At some point, I'm gonna stop questioning things. At some point.
I'll tell you later.
I trust
Just
you.
that's over shoulder.
I trust you, Gunka. I'll.
Liska's going to kind of chill, look Bubby over. And overall, how does Clubby look?
The scars, the wounds over his eyes have been mostly kind of cleaned up thanks to Grunker, disinfected. It's probably going to scar over. It's going to take a while for him to be able to see out of that one eye, but he will recover given some time.
Liska's gonna kind of stand up, kind of look around at the forest. Are we kind of out of the Nightmare Forest part? Judging by the background.
You've gradually sort of backtracked to where you stowed away Bastion and the cart, which is on the outskirts of the Nightmare Forest. Took a good couple of hours to get here on foot.
So I think that Liska's just gonna kind of look at them, kind of look around where they are, and then going to just kind of pat Clubby on the top of the head. Be like, we have taken care of the things that has corrupted your home. And though I miss being able to ride strong, powerful creatures into combat, I am kind of now realizing you are not meant for such things.
While
You should
oh,
probably go, Clumpy. Liska's gonna kind of like push Clubby towards the forest.
go ahead and make me a persuasion check, or I'll say persuasion or animal handling check.
They're both at -1, so I know animal
We got
handling's
negatives.
+1, but I rolled a 1.
While you can't
It was
really
meant to be.
while you can't really sense. Well, while Clubby is an ankylosaur and cannot speak, you get the sense that there is some resistance to your efforts to shoo him into the forest, into the jungle.
If only you knew someone that could speak with animals.
You have to go, Clubby. No. Get! It's gonna be that scene.
Clubby seems to match your aggression with his own aggression as he slams his club tail into the ground.
No, you have to go, Clubby. It's for your own good. You need to find another Clubby. Have little Clubby babies. Go. And Liska's going to just keep being big and like intimidating, aggressive to try to get Clubby to back off.
Like the rest of the group. Like, is this within the air range, or?
It's down the hill. I don't know how far Gender said the hill was. Liska had to track Clubby.
There is a rising kerfuffle, a rising amount of noise coming from where you left Clubby and Liska. As Clubby seems to be protesting something. Okay, we'll go. I'll have him make a wisdom save. Why not?
Almost.
Clubby takes a step back from you, Liska. He seems confused, as much as an animal with 2 intelligence can be confused.
Liska's just very stoic, stone-faced. It's like, go, eat. Need to return to the wilds.
There's a momentary pause, and then slowly turns around and slowly trudges his way into the underbrush and disappears.
Liska's gonna stand there, wait until sounds of moving ankylosaurs fade. Mutter something softly and demonic, and then head back up the hill.
God damn it, Liska. I was looking forward to mounted Liska on a Ankylosaurus, but yeah, it happens.
And she realizes that, I mean, she does miss mounted combat.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up and was trained for it, but she also realizes that this isn't necessarily the best place for it, or one of the best. I don't know. She'll have to find something else that will.
Okay, fair enough.
Might have to get like go to a specialist who has these pre-trained war animals or something like that. 'Cause this is just like a rando dinosaur you found, and we're dealing with some dangerous shit.
Yeah. I think, if anything, maybe we'll. I'll tell you what. I'll go for that big ass T-Rex.
Well, you're gonna, like Sable said, you're gonna have to find some sort
What was
of
its name?
specialist.
White Claw or something?
Something.
Oh,
That's an energy drink, isn't it?
Snowjaw.
Yeah, there
No
we go.
jaw.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
big
go.
guy.
Oh, good luck with that.
I'm pretty sure White Claw is an alcoholic beverage.
Yep, yep.
It is a
That it is.
carbonated alcoholic beverage.
So, what's everyone doing?
Teleporting, I think. Oh wait, no, yeah.
Okay.
Atlas, you said you had something you wanted to do before we teleport, right?
Yes, there were some scenes that were to be done. I wanted to have a scene with Spice and Dejar, and also I wanted to have a scene with you before we left.
Sure. You have the floor.
Very cool.
Give it back. I walk on that.
Wait. Let's
Terrible
see.
jokes aside, continue.
Put me on the spot here. So my question is, what time is it?
It is
watch.
It is mid morning to midday, like 10ish. You can see in the very top. The 10:36 a.m. There you go.
Okay. Initial plan involved something happening during nighttime. You remember, Janner, so I'll have to wait for that.
Okay.
However, Spice, did you still want to do that trade thing?
Yep.
Okay. You are initiating bringing over the books and have the question about what she has in her inventory. Do you want to kick things off?
I'll kick things off. Since Dejara is traveling back with Brunka. And she's looking over some of these books of the nightmare and of decay and doing rituals. He doesn't know exactly where Syria is at the moment.
She's
calls
not moving,
out.
so I'll. If we're already at the cart, I'll say she's nearby.
And so she goes straight for Syria. Hey, I have some knowledge that I think you are qualified to deal with. Exactly, Syria. And
All right.
he throws down. He sets down at least two of the books. Throws down the horrible hole. Takes off most of her bags and heaves up quite a bit of books. This came from the library just before on the left. He thinks for a moment. Yeah, the one on the left, dealing about nightmares and how to control and make nightmare trees and whatnot. I skimmed over a few of them. Look very nasty, so I think you should have these. Yeah. Also talked about using living sacrifices. I wasn't really too keen on reading too far deep into that shit. I just need to know how to disrupt it, not know about it.
Much the same. You have to understand how it is and how it works before you can really break it apart. Even if that just means you understand it's fragile.
To me, I just see how it, I guess, woven is the best way I can describe how I see things, to cut it off or clear it. Mostly by feel, most of the time. Did you... Sorry, got a little overzealous there. Did you find anything amongst the ashes and burnt wood of Nazara's,
I don't know why I just ran over that.
plant child question mark? He has a tone to where he's questioning, but her face looks like it's scowling or trying to search for a emotion to register, but it's ambiguous at the moment.
Well, I found this. I was hoping to save it, but I have little hope. And she's gonna pull out the charred seed remains of the spirit grove tree.
What may have once been some sort of partially corrupted spirit tree seed kind of tumbles in your hand, in your grasp.
I might know someone who could help with that. I hope her and my teacher are not too preoccupied. Anything that was corrupted, of shadows, maybe element-wise, that you possibly picked up on?
Oh. Let's see here. She's gonna start working through her goodies. Let's see, she's going to take her little bag of holding, go up elbow deep in there, and start pulling out some essences of shadow. And then she has a few essences of blight.
I could... Actually, he looks at the blight and then turns to Shah. He's folding up a portable hole. I could separate the earth from the shadow, but considering that we've been dealing with a lot of corruption lately, I had an idea to try and change shadow into light. I'm gonna... They transmute it. I don't know if it's
always an
possible.
Option. Try.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure that... Considering what I did to the Nightmare Heart, yeah, that's... My priority right now is not to have that go up into my... blow up in my face. I will most likely have everyone notify of my theory before I attempt it when we get back.
I'm a little more concerned about you saying that you can separate shadow from Earth
Oh,
with these. She holds up the blight essence.
I've done it before.
No, this isn't just an essence of shadow. This is a corruption of it. Are you sure you've done it with these?
I've done it with those before, yes.
And you can kind of see her head tilt and kind of like almost pull back a little bit, surprised that someone could do that. Well, I haven't heard of that. But I believe in you. And she will hold out the essences.
And
I have the earth ones.
sure, I actually have 2 earth essences currently. I have no use for them at the moment.
Hold on to them. We'll ask for them later.
All right. Also, something I wanted to bring up after I looked over these dream flowers. I may make something to help you. I don't know what it can do exactly yet until after I make it. But maybe as an incense. They smell wonderful, though. Reminds me of a tea.
As you
Don't
kind
know
of
why.
take in a breath from this scented flower, it's almost like taking a large dose of melatonin in one go. It's difficult not to fall asleep then and there, but you kind of snap yourself awake.
Ooh, almost dozed off there. Yeah, I could definitely make use of this later. It can take a while, and I may need help with it. Once I figure out what she just motions to the rest of her head, deal with this. I'm here, but I'm like everything's moving slowly right now, and I'm just catching up. I'm sorry.
Are you having an alright time here?
I don't know. Like I'm recollecting and then losing. It's hard to say. I lost a piece of myself back there twice. Whatever your sister did, and especially when I died, I don't know.
She's just, again, gonna tilt her head in the other direction. I think before we do any of the magic, she kind of wiggles her fingers, you know. We should get you a night's rest. It's kind of a big deal, dying.
He snaps. Huh? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
Is there anybody else nearby?
I assume we're all just milling about waiting for everyone to be ready. So if anyone you need to be nearby is likely within reach.
Congratulations, you've spoken up and volunteered. She's going to look over in your direction and like shout and say, "Hey, you're seeing this, right?" She's gonna like point a thumb over at Dejar.
Millum will look over. What exactly am I seeing, just for clarity?
He's having a 1,000 yard stare, not looking at anyone. Like he's in a daze. Like he's about to tip over before he rights
Okay, well,
himself.
Vellum's gonna go over. Just sort of like get a closer look at like her current state.
Either
Well,
really
I got no
unfocused.
idea what the fuck's wrong with her. He's gonna grab his
She
shoulders, like even though
directed
she's
herself.
maybe Copa's mented, he's gonna grab her by his shoulders and just jostle. Or Jar,
Huh? What? What? Huh? Huh?
you good there?
I don't know. I'm here. I guess. And
Huh.
her-
I think the leaves she just sniffed having some kind of effect on her.
Who goes around sniffing random leaves?
Wizards.
Well, I guess that tracks. Or, well, you know, maybe don't sniff those leaves, then... It's like, let's go over his shoulders.
Okay.
You're sure.
And he has not registered anything else after that point.
Sorry, I'm not sure where they go with this. Like, Dejar was sniffing drugs. It's like, okay, don't sniff drugs. And it's like, okay. Alright, well, as long as you're alright. You too good here?
Yeah. I'm all for getting out of the wilds right now. But given the fact that she's just, died, and she's having a little bit of, this, maybe we plunk her down for a night and give her a chance to collect herself.
I don't mind sticking around, but it's still, a jungle full of big, toothy creatures. So I'm not really sure it's how long we can stick around for. Also, out of character, we can't take another long rest because we just took one.
Oh yeah,
Correct.
no, she's
Yeah, you're talking like, narratively, I get it.
Also, in
maybe not
the future
rush
thing,
away.
Yeah, because we still have to divvy out, in air quotes, the loot, put it in like the wagon, other things, and then,
Alright, everyone, we're gonna cop a squat for a minute, maybe get some food and settle until we're all good to go.
All right. So this, I suppose, this will be the moment where you all divvy out the loot. Then, what you all found in the barrow.
Yeah, take some time to decompress.
Yes.
You set aside the various a couple of staffs that you found. I actually got to scroll up to see what you posted in the chat there.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Just as a reminder for everyone. Pretty much everything sellable that was looted, I put in the wagon. So you can see there's weapons, there's instruments. So anything that was just planning on just being sold for sake of money is in there. So we have a record of what it is, and we can split the money later if we do indeed sell all of it.
Where is this at again?
Caravan. Vehicles, mounts, companions.
Okay.
So you divvy out this what you now understand as Salyun, the vengeful heart of T'Chukt. That was the amulet that you found that Nzara was carrying. There was also the amulet of health. There was a wand of web. The Jar found a very interesting grimoire. There was the
One way to put it.
the Hedge Witch's garden
A lot of
cane,
shit.
Staff of the Black Raven, Staff of the Vineyard, Lunar Staff. There was also that lens of identification that you found, Vellum.
Oh, I have that.
Robe of Serpent,
Oh.
Nightsteel Scale Mail,
Mm-hmm.
Staff of the
Somebody else
Woodland,
have that?
Eye of the Nightmare.
Yes.
I think I have most of those.
Metric shit ton of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Vellum was
I
not
think I
part of
actually
the
got
looting
any,
because he was
any
real.
loot, yeah.
So let me
So I'm not aware of any of that.
A lot
let
of,
me hold on.
well, it's mostly all caster shit.
That's
But
the
being aware of what
right.
we have in total is always a good thing.
I can't click my token. Fucking, I just have to
Oh.
go through here. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
hang on.
Womp womp.
The scene, the actor is not there. Even though I'm right here.
There you go.
There we go. Shit.
So if there's anything you wish to discuss here while you're... I'd say you could probably take a short rest, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, like
Hang on.
mechanically a short rest, just so we can do what we need to, but like we're just taking some time.
Discussing what you found, the events that took place in the barrow.
Can I get a look-see at that lens?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll drop it on the ground.
Threw it on the brick. So we got like
brain.
5 or 6 stabs.
Many
Yeah, I
stuff.
have. There's so many staffs. So give me a second.
Wand of Web, which is good.
Where
That's
is?
requires an attunement slot, but Web is a very underutilized spell.
It is.
A good one.
So we'll kind of take a moment here, laying all the stuff you found on the ground. There's an odd moment where that strange warped disc of brambles and thorns kind of peers up at the sky. And for the briefest of moments, you swear it sort of glances at you, Liska, with curiosity.
Let's get pokes in the eye. Bad.
Fuck you.
Don't work.
You sort of tink on the crystalline lens. The gaze hasn't moved.
Let's go. We'll turn it to the ground and just set it lens down on the ground.
Flip like pancake.
Like,
Vellum?
this side thing is creepy.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but well, chances are most of the shit we get out of there is creepy in some way.
And I'm put.
Doesn't mean you have to like it.
I do not like it. That is why I call it creepy.
You can't just wake, like, after her days. Huh? What's creepy? What?
There's an eye. It is creepy.
Can I have a look at that eye?
I mean, maybe. I do not know. It is creepy. You already do not seem to be in a good state of mind. I do not wish to burden you more.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair.
You're supposed to be relaxing and settling. looking at freaky
I-
nightmare shit is maybe not a good idea.
Considering what I've been through right now, I don't know if I want to see more freaky shit. That is a very good point.
Yeah.
It is quite freaky. It
I mean, I
follows
gotta.
you whenever you look.
It doesn't help that I have a freaky ass tome. Really nice tome, but it's. I don't want to look at it right now.
Yeah, don't.
I think this eye and that Tom are very similar.
I'll take your word for it. I'm letting my curiosity take a backseat here, and I'm not gonna think about it. Also, Vellum, this scale mail, I think.
Yeah, I
it is,
just noticed that. Can you end that here a sec?
By all means, he just puts it down in front of his pile. Just take it.
So, like, the entire time since we got back, Film's been sort of like half here, like not really focusing on anything in particular unless directly at rest, because, you know, his mind is on Vladimir right now. But then, like, you know, the allure of new metal is in play, and he suddenly snaps back into focus.
Yeah, did he like set Vanmia down on the bed in the cart or something, or is she still in the Bjorn?
Bjorn for the moment. He doesn't want to go too far from her.
As you look over this set of scale mail, it has this sort of dark, almost Vanta black quality to it that just absorbs light. You can see various small runes sort of along the edges as well. These sort of deep grooves where the various bits of scant plate that there are intersect. Seems to almost glow red, like a blood red.
This is new. I don't mean just because it's magic and weird and shit, but the metal. As he starts getting his tools out and have a go of it. Sorry, go on.
The guy just pipes up. It wasn't one of those chests that I jimmied open. So,
The chances are it was either taken from someone or given by them Brotherhood lot.
or coerced, considering what I found in the missive. Speaking of that, Sal, that necklace. Let me see that for a minute.
Say please.
Which one of them?
The one that looks ancient and very much should not be out in the public.
Hold on a moment. And she holds out a very, very orange, reddish gem. This one?
Yeah, that one. Let me see it. I have a feeling that the lady in the cart was looking for this.
The lady you threatened?
Yes, quite frankly, I will do it again.
Maybe don't.
No, I'm going to say my mind. That woman should not be looking for that, because this is an artifact that should stay in Shaman's mantle. How it got here... There's more questions than answers.
Well, someone probably stole it, and as for why she wants it, maybe she works for the mantle.
No. You don't steal something from the mantle working for the mantle.
No, I'm saying it's one or the other, and there is both.
So you rotate this amulet, this pendant in your hand, Tajar. You can feel the power radiating from it. Some sort of divine power. It's hot in your grasp as well.
Do any of these markings remind me of that Sarask temple at all?
Make me an investigation check. Investigation or Arcana, I'll say.
I mean, my passive investigation is 23.
Oh,
My Arcana is
well.
22.
Indeed, it very much does. Some of the runes around the circumference of the pendant are identical to the various runes you've seen on the walls within that sunken temple.
Okay, so I think that lady was working for the Sorask, since this seems to have, there's what I've learned from Angus, Maker's mark on it. And why the Shaman Mental have it? I don't know exactly yet. What does this thing do, Sal? Since you identified this.
Oh. He just sort of gives a nervous chuckle. It is not only a rather powerful item, it exceeds your own abilities quite a bit currently.
You mean my abilities to stop curses?
Yes. And with that, because I don't know how else to say it, Sal slowly explains everything the artifact can do.
Oh yeah, no. This is going back to the Shaman Mental immediately.
For those watching the recording, it allows you to dispel any spell of 9th level or lower. Or allows, given that you have multiples, or at least 2 Hearts of Tejukt, allows you to dispel curses laden even by deities. It also allows you to, as a reaction, deal 2d8 fire damage to an attacker. Allows you to also cast Immolation as a reaction. Of course, once you use the curse dispelling aspect of it, needs to have at least 100 years to recharge.
Yeah, no.
That's nothing for a demon.
It's just for Sarask, and he holds up a book, a prophecy from a satyr dealing with the spreading nightmare and the unsealing of Brother Fang. I think I have a pretty good guess of what the Sorask are trying to do. They need this for it. Basically freeing their mistress from her divine prison. So yeah, no, this is going back to the Shaman's Mental.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like not our problem. So back to there it goes.
It might be a little bit more of a problem considering the Obsidian Brotherhood stole it from there.
Well, I mean, when we
would
return
they
it,
go
it's not our problem, is what I'm saying.
Wait, when did we learn that the Obsidian Brotherhood stole it?
He holds up the missive. I did, I'm saying.
Oh right, all them letters that were in there.
Yeah, they snuck into the Shaman's Mental and stole it. Which, me being one of the scholars there, and I can talk to Itzel there, they might have to do some reevaluating of the staff. And I would have to have a discussion with him about certain things. Oh, great. More on my plate. Anyway.
Well, we're not holding on to it. That's clear as day. We don't want that kind of attention.
the only thing we have to worry about, if what Sal says is correct, is 2 more out there. Big Sal. Great. I don't know if it's going to be more angry at me or happy the fact that I have an item that should not be seen in the light of day.
Well, as long as I don't think you stole it, then I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he'd be more happy that it's actually returned. But I think he's also going to be mad that it was missing in the first place. Not mad at you, but just...
I mean, I'm already in deep water with the man already. So,
Why
what
would
do you
you
think
do?
that... Remember that I was also a part of the Black Hand, so I have to deal with clean up a certain monster's mess.
Yeah, they're still a little pissy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
returning something that got stolen will probably put you a little bit more in their good books.
hopefully. Hopefully. This one can hope.
Well... I think that is all our stuff divvied out. More or less.
If anyone's gonna take the staffs, yes, because they're all here in pile.
Well, we don't know what to
Really
do
useful.
with them for now, so just put them somewhere. Like maybe in the wagon or something, I don't know.
Are they something that we can sell?
2 of them are druid things. I think Cooley might like them. The others, most likely you could sell. I
We
think.
also have a druid right here.
Yeah, Rita. Also, Janner. I can move one token of Saryun, but it won't let me interact with the pile.
Oh, hang on.
We did.
Also, can you throw that armor on the floor, please?
I did. It's in the
Right.
pile.
Oh,
I said it like 3 times already.
I didn't have the name on it, so I didn't know.
That was weird. It should have showed up.
Let me
No,
throw
that's-
some stuff into the pile that I have.
Also, Grunky wants to check on Webby.
Yeah, I'm gonna distract you if you're still busy.
All
It's an
right.
important moment to be reunited with the Webby.
True.
So, what is Grunker's usual call sign for Webby?
And it probably just goes and get him. He's probably gonna like check the cart. Oh boy. He's gonna go and check the carts. See if there's see if he's there. If you got a bunch of weapons there, or
All right. Just go ahead and make me a survival check.
okay. Let's just make sure I'm
This is
selecting the right
to
character.
track down Webby, where he might have gone.
Okay.
So you know Webby well enough to know that he tends to hide in very small, dark spaces. Often, whenever he's in the cart, underneath the bed, typically. But he's not there. But you do see this very small, telltale strand of silk that seems to lead up and out of the top of the cart window.
Alright, I'm just gonna follow the string.
Alright, you follow it out, you kind of clamber to the top of the caravan, and you notice what others failed to before. There is a long, thin strand of silk connecting the top of the caravan to what looks like a deep knot in the trunk of the willow tree.
A big what?
a deep hollow, like a knot,
Oh.
a knot in the
Right,
tree.
right. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I get it. Right. So, how far up is that?
It's a good 20 feet up.
Oh boy.
Bit of a climb.
Grook's gonna slowly starts floating up.
Okay. Yeah, because Grokus still has that.
Yep.
You
Hasn't gone up yet.
you float up towards the hollow in the trunk, and you see
Where
that
we...
you hear the telltale chitter of mandibles and glistening of eyes.
Hello,
Although
buddy.
there's quite a few more eyes than you remember. Although
Uh-oh.
no, those aren't extra eyes. Those aren't additional eyes. Those are eggs. Small, tiny spider eggs.
Grook's just gonna like... look at that for a while. He's gonna like, lean in a bit. So,
You can see the entire opposite side of the hollow is just covered in tiny, glistening spider eggs.
how long have we been gone?
You've been gone a good couple of... I'd say about 24 hours at this point.
Damn, works fast. Okay. And he's sure that it is Webby.
It looks like Webby. Same sort of mottled orange and black fur.
So, what's going on in here, Webby? What happened when I was gone?
Webby sort of twitches the mandibles.
I see. Not very sure what to do about this. Like around how many eggs are there? Are there like dozens or like hundreds or like how many is it?
Ooh, it's difficult to tell. Make me a perception check.
Oh boy.
I disappear for a minute and Webby's knocked up. What the fuck?
Yeah. What do you say? Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Perception.
20. You count at least 3 dozen, sort of all nested up in web across one side of the wall.
You're right, David. I did.
This is not good.
This is very interesting. A very interesting turn of events.
Eventually there will be no dinosaurs left. This is how they go extinct.
Yeah, the spider ate all of them.
Yep.
It's gonna be fucking like Aragog and Harry Potter. Okay. Nice. Hello.
What is it, Bronco?
Oh, what? Huh? What?
Use your words.
When Webby is guarding a bunch of eggs.
Like dinosaur eggs?
No, like spider eggs.
Wait, Webby is a girl?
I don't know. I never asked.
You know? Very open-minded of you. But when did Webby get eggs?
I don't know. I guess Rita is gonna pipe up and ask. Where is this Webby? And Grunkus just kind of points into the hole in the tree. Let's see. Can we like get up there in any way? Does the tree look like remotely climbable?
Yeah, there are footholds and various handholds you can sort of clamber up to get towards the hole.
All right. Gronka is going to open his bag and is gonna take out some rope. He's gonna take up some rope and he's gonna like dangle it down because it was 20 feet up. You said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rita. Well, before that, I guess Rita's gonna say, maybe I can talk to them. I can ask. Because gonna go okay. And then he's gonna take out the rope and dangle it down so that she can start climbing up. Now, this is a very interesting question for you, Yanner.
Mm-hmm.
How much lift force does Grunka have when he's flying?
Same amount as you would normally.
Yeah.
Your flying thing is magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you have a flying speed, your carrying capacity is the same.
Okay, so Grunka would probably be able to carry this very small and wide halfling. Okay, so I guess she's just gonna start climbing up. She's gonna use the rope and, you know, the tree and start climbing up until she get to the hole. And then she's gonna look in the hole and as you know, see Webby and all the eggs. Although she probably might not see them too clearly because she don't have night vision or dark vision like Gronka does. So she's then going to, let's see. She is going to cast Speak with Animals.
Alright.
On herself, of course, because I don't think you can cast it on anyone else.
You good there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get bounced of very violent coughing, but I'm fine. Yeah, so she cast that on herself, and she's just gonna go, hello, my name is Rida. I am friends with, what was your name? My name is Grunka. Okay, I am friends with Grunka. And we're just kinda wondering a bit what's going on here. Have you, are these yours? Have you, when did you lay them? What have happened?
Yeah, it's my eggs should go away.
Well, I'm not gonna take them. I'm just a bit curious on how when this happened. You know, your friend Grunka here is very confused.
I laid him a few moments ago, or maybe it was a long time ago. What is time actually?
It's don't we all wonder. Right. So they're very freshly laid. She's just kind of speaking a bit, both like aloud. I don't really know how Speak with Animal works, if she's like a speaking spider or if she's just speaking trade tongue, but she's just kind of relaying to Grunka at the same time.
I mean, that's entirely dependent on how you imagine Rita communicating with Webby.
I mean, it's not my world, Jan.
But it is your character.
It sure is. It sure is.
I'm open to creativity, but regardless.
Alright, yeah. So, I guess it's because it's magic, he's just kind of speaking and Webby just understands. And he's just kind of chittering and she just, oh, okay. Right. And she just kind of relays that to the Grunka properly. And I think Grunka's gonna be a bit like, oh, okay. Oh. Who did you, you're just gonna cut him off and be like, so, who's the father?
It was real nice fellow I met when everyone else went underground in the big swampy place. I did catch his name. He was really nice though.
Oh no, Webb is a slut. Alright. She's gonna relay that, and Grunka's probably gonna assume that that means the Moorbog. There was the, what was it called? The ziggurat? No. What was the pyramid thing we went into?
That was the Sunken Temples.
Yeah.
Or Morthholm.
Yeah.
Temple of the Dragon Riding?
No.
Yeah, something like that. No, those are later, weren't they?
Either way, the timeline fits.
So Grunka is gonna, like, Breeder's gonna, like, tell that to him, and he's like, oh, that's probably when we were in the Moorbog. And he's now thinking that, okay, so a spider that lived in the Moorbog impregnated Webby, and now she has laid eggs. He is now gonna wonder if those eggs are gonna be corrupted in some way, because the Moorbog is not a very nice place. Rita is gonna ask, well, after Grunka kinda voices his concern to her, she's gonna ask Webby, do you remember anything particular about him? Any specific coloring, or any way, you know, he acted?
What is colour?
Right. Did he have any interesting markings? Did he look like you, or did he look a bit different?
He was a bit bigger. I did catch the rest of him because when we finally got talking, he vanished. Actually, like he vanished into thin air.
Did Webby get knocked up by a
spider.
face spider?
I can't say this, but I have my forehead firmly planted in my hand.
Oh
What
God.
the fuck does this mean?
Face spider.
Yeah, I figured. It's just that what does it gonna mean with like the crossbreeding and like.
Really took
What only
the
happens a
whole
quarter of the time
bang and
instead of
dash
a
to a
quarter.
new degree. It's like, hey, okay, I'm
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, hey, that was nice.
You can't get me to pay child support if I'm not on this same dimension.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Just leave the plane. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just peace out.
Yeah, exactly. What stays in the plane, what happens in the plane stays in the plane.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the ethereal plane to grab
That's
some
why I
milk.
call
I'll
it
be
the
right back.
Mile High.
Yeah,
You are faster than me, Sable. You are so faster than me.
Yeah. So Grunk is gonna take a little closer look and see, like, do the eggs look like Webby's egg, or do they have something like, do they have a different color, or do they look?
You actually know what face spider eggs looks like because
do.
you were the one
I
who
do.
found the other ones.
I do, in fact, actually still have a face spider egg.
You do.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's not looking too great right now.
Yeah. Kind of
um,
forgot about that.
but these look a bit smaller than the ones you initially found. Some of them appear to be like sort of this fleshy red colour, others appear to be this glistening blue.
Oh boy.
Congratulations, you got cops.
Oh boy. Fuck.
Well,
Rip. All right.
Well, how are you going to deal with this, Grunker? You're a granddad now.
I mean, only if the spider eggs come to term.
I mean,
Yeah.
most of that doesn't really need Webby so much anymore because of the way spiders handle their eggs. They just need to finish in their sac.
That's
The
what
only
they
issue
do.
is when they
Ayo.
hatch.
my own concern is that red one, since we're kind of in between, moral plane and corruption of nightmare. So,
Trying to think. Let's go around because out of character, players trying to remember. Isn't Webby like a hell spider?
Webby is a wolf spider, I think.
Yes.
Or
Because
I think.
Was it
So,
like a sewer thing where we were fighting demonic spiders that you found, Webby?
We did. I don't think we collect. I think Balthazar wanted to collect some eggs, but I don't think
Balthazar
we did.
does have the eggs.
Yeah, Balthazar had the eggs. I do know what you're talking about, Avon. But this was before Webby.
Yeah.
Because Grunka found Webby in that spider that cave with the giant spiders in it.
Yeah, that was the one where you found that cobalt hammer webbed up. That was one of the very first one of the very first dungeons you guys went into.
Yeah, I remember Webby hatching on like
Getting
the New Year's Eve.
Yeah, yeah. And then getting attacked by a seagull.
Yeah, which, dang birds. Right. So I think what we said originally, we kind of just made her, I guess, a wolf spider just stat-wise, but in reality, Webby is a giant spider that is just kind of stunted and won't grow into the full size of a giant spider, but has like the stat block of a wolf spider. I think it what we like originally intended.
Yep.
Webby is a giant spider, biologically, and yeah, just a little bit, did grow up in a bag, so probably didn't get like the right nutritions, because fucking I don't know, Gunga doesn't know this shit. So yeah, this is very interesting.
What you gonna do?
I don't fucking know. How big is this hollow? Like, I know that Webby can like fit in it, and Webby is like a medium creature now.
Yes. The hollow is a little bit bigger than Webby. You can see she's just about sort of brushing up against the eggs every now and then, without needing to move her legs much.
Right.
So it just
whole,
about
like-
fits Webby.
Yeah, and the whole like bundle of eggs is like the size of a Grunka, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say about that large. Sort of webbed up in all sorts of layers of silk.
We're gonna need a hatchery.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a base.
We'll just use Vellum's cart. It's fine. Need it.
Vellum goes into his cart, sees the entire insides covered in web.
Yeah. It's fine. He does his smith outside anyway.
God.
Fuck. Why do you do this to me, Jen?
Because I want to see how you adapt to this situation. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah, what am I gonna do?
I'm just gonna add, you know there are at least 3 dozens.
Yeah,
There's-
which is
there's
like 30...
At least
almost
36.
Yeah, almost like, yeah, between 30 and 30... Between 30 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of eggs.
They're about the size of like a large marble, each of them.
Alright. Grunka is going to slowly float down to the rest of the party, and I guess Rita is just gonna hang on the rope and just float down with him. And the Grunka is just gonna like go, what do we do? I don't know what to do with this. I mean, I don't want to leave them here because I love Webby, but I don't think it's responsible to leave her here, both because, you know, she's not wild, and because I don't think these points necessarily belong here. But I don't really know where to keep them.
Is the tree alive or dead? Is a good question first.
Is the tree alive or dead?
Tree looks very, very much alive. It is in full bloom. You can see verdant green leaves of the willow dripping down.
Yeah, I just figured you could like cut off the bit and take it with us. No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was a ditch.
I was thinking that too, but I imagine it's a very large tree.
Damn it.
So, Vellum,
I'm thinking.
do you think you could like temporarily make something to house her in, and then we just kind of, I don't know, strap her to the roof of the cart for now, till something more permanent?
I'm unsure I have constructive materials for it, but
Could
I
mean,
do
you could-
have a bunch of cloths and fur.
You could make it out of wood. There's a lot of wood. And Rita pops out and said, I could maybe help with if we do it out of wood. Do some druid crafting.
Can you shape wood into objects?
Let me read what druid crafting does. I think I kind of can, but very minor stuff. And actually, let's see, what this is a T to inspect, yeah.
See what I can do with fabricate exactly.
spider did you say Webby was? Who's gonna answer? I think she's a giant spider. I think those spiders can carry their young on them. Well, Grunka is going to remember that in that cave where he found or took Webby's egg, there was in fact one or two of those giant spiders that did have a bunch of eggs on their thorax.
Well, if we need materials to pad out stuff, I have about 20 pounds of fur in my sewing satchel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We can definitely do something.
Yeah, maybe we could make a little nest for her.
We do have 20 pounds of leather in the caravan.
We do have a lot of leather.
Yeah, I was holding on to that for whatever reason it might come up, so seems the perfect time to use it.
It would be just like when she was in my bag.
The perfect environment.
Right there. I'm just gonna...
Just add character. This is so terrified for an army of phase spiders.
It's a
Yeah,
delight.
you have to back and call.
We don't know if all of them are phase spiders.
By the looks of it, I don't think all of them are. Also, Janner, I like how you thought ahead, and I looked at the carry cage, and it says the Webby is probably far too big for this cage now.
Yep.
Could we line the cage with first a layer of leather for support, and then fur so we could move the eggs inside it?
That could work. The cage provides a sturdy casing, and then we layer it with the leather to keep the light out.
And the fur for a better soft environment?
Yeah, so they don't go mush.
Maybe we could try. Gotta have to convince her to come out and do that.
Well,
Well, I don't know if she'd wanna... I guess she'd, like, stay close to the eggs then, because, like, right now she's kind of, like, in the hole with the eggs.
Well, we don't need to close the cage. So if we leave the front open for her to just protect.
It could work. Janet, would the cage be big enough for the eggs?
It would certainly be big enough for the eggs, just not for Webby, of course.
Okay. Grunker's gonna take out the carry cage. He's gonna probably scrub off any what are they called again?
Webs? Dust?
No. The little what are they called? Mind
Oh,
not mind flayers. The little intellect devourer. Scrape away any intellect devourer residue that's still like in the bottom of the cage.
That is dried up as fuck. By
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Probably
yeah, it's gonna
jerky.
like, yeah. I mean, it's not like anything like big. It's just a little residue, I guess. He's gonna make sure that cage is as clean as possible.
Okay. So what are you
And
doing
then I
with
guess,
this cage?
So I mean, first off, I think Grunk is taking the like the door off.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't really need that. and then I guess I'm gonna, as a group effort, we're gonna take the leather that Vellum had, and gonna put like on the inside to make sure that it's both dark and light proof.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough to do. Don't need to roll any checks for that.
And then I
Yeah.
will supply some fur for padding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if a weaver's tool would help in any way, but the Gronka has a weaver's tool.
Do you have
I
proficiency? in
can
weaving?
do some weaving and sewing to help.
Oh right,
so-
yeah, you got the I can do anything. tool.
All-purpose tool.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you want, you could use like maybe leatherworking, weaver's tools. You could roll a check for that, and if you're trying to persuade Webby to come out of her hole, this will, depending on how high this this check ends up being, it will alter the DC of that.
Right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I assume Gronk is gonna do help as much as he can.
Yep. How inviting can you make this small cage for her to put her eggs in?
Make a 5-star spider hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just roll with like artisan's tools because I have that on my tool sheet?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, with advantage then, I guess, because Gronka's helping.
Advantage is
Alt.
alt.
Yeah.
A for advantage.
It might, the advantage might not work so much. Just roll twice. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alt advantage.
I'm trying to roll it, but it won't do. But anyway, it's literally just I'll just roll manually then.
it's
Remember,
2d10 kh for keep higher.
two D10.
Sorry, 2d20 kh.
We're doing a new D10 system, guys.
Yay.
The odds of success and failure are now drastically higher. Therefore, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
They still never done that one.
Yeah,
Sure,
but-
I'm glad it's Jenner's rolling, not
Yep.
40.
That okay. Yeah, you inputted that wrong.
Yeah, but it's still an 18, so that's a 30.
8. Oh
Only
Christ.
slightly less ridiculous.
Yeah. Please describe this luxury.
Oh, I love our crafter.
God
The-
damn, she's done
this-
some good work.
This luxury cage for spider eggs.
Well,
Just put leather on the
almost.
outside of it
Excuse
as well.
me, it's a designer tote bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be now.
The best way I can put it is instead of just using the leather as like a separating layer between the cage and the fur, the leather is wrapped around the bars on both sides to ensure maximum, sturdiness and shielding from light.
Okay.
And the fur lines both the bottom, faintly up against the sides, but leaving room specifically for Webby to introduce her own web to secure. But it also means that the bottom is nice and soft, so the weight of the eggs does not end up pressing hard down on the lower ones.
Perfect. I'll say with a check of 32, the base DC animal handling check to get Webby out of her hollow is just going to be a straight 10.
God damn, nice.
Right.
Alright. So what you doing?
Okay, so what I think would be the easiest. So Gronka is going to take the cage. He's going to carry it up to the hole in the tree. And he's going to probably like have a rope down again and help Rita get back up, because you know, her being able to speak to her is helpful. So what he's probably gonna do is he's gonna hover there. He's gonna like the cage like a bit by the entrance. Maybe take like a rope or something and like fasten it temporarily to the trunk. And he's then going to ask Rita to talk to Webby again and tell her or ask her to move her eggs here instead.
Alright, so
I am going to, because I assume this is taking a bit longer than 10 minutes.
yeah, gonna ritually cast Speak with Animals again. Easy enough to do.
I could, yeah, that's true. Right, so Gronka is probably gonna, I don't know, he's gonna like make sure to have it there and make sure that it is covered from both the rain that is currently happening, I assume.
It's a light drizzle, but yes.
Yeah, gonna make sure that, and is, because I was thinking about putting some food in, but that's not gonna help because that's not what we're doing here. Gronka is going to basically tell Rita what to tell Webby. And it's going to go something like, Webby, we have made this nice little place for you to have your eggs in, because you probably shouldn't have them out here. It is both dangerous and, you know, it's gonna be a bit cold. We're gonna have to go out and hunt for food. You know, you're gonna get wet. You might have other insects or other, you know, creatures coming and try and eat your eggs. So I think it would be the best for them if you took them and put them in here. You know, we can go away while you do it. So you know, don't feel like we're a bit too much. And then we are going to, you can, you know, come with, and we're gonna put them in one of the carts, and we're gonna give you your own little corner, so you could make like a little nest, so you can keep an eye on them, and you know, not have to be in this wet hole in a tree. So you'll have a more, you know, a proper roof over your head. It's gonna be nice and warm. You'll get food.
Okay. With Rita making the animal handling check, being the one speaking to Webby, and you assisting Gronka, go ahead and roll animal handling check for Rita with advantage.
Yes. Let's see. There. I don't know why it doubled. Why it does double?
Oh, because you're I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's
maybe
regardless.
Some sort of halfling thing.
I don't know.
You
They're good.
take a moment as you're explaining this to Webby, in her tongue of chitters and clicks, and there's sort of this initial trepidation.
Well, I suppose it's better than leaving them out here. Big old creatures like the big feathery one. What are feathers, actually? Because I heard a big ruckus earlier and came over here and they laid my eggs. Yeah, I could move them in there. That looks nice and cosy.
You see the small mandibles kind of linger out. The two front forelimbs start probing the fur-lined interior. She's still too big to squeeze in, but not small enough for two front forelimbs to start probing around and feeling. And gradually she starts kind of rolling the eggs up in her mandibles, weaving a bit of web around them, and she starts in almost like some sort of instinct here takes over as she starts sticking them to the fur-lined walls of the interior, the interior one by one. It's going to take give her 10 minutes or so, but she can eventually start putting them all inside, matting the fur as she does so.
As you should. Okay. And now that that's done,
And eventually, she kind of clambers up onto the cage very territorially, sort of clicking her mandibles as she does so.
okay, it's a good girl. Now Gronka is going to.
She's a lot heavier than you last remember.
Yeah. So Gronka is going to, take the cage, remove the rope from around the tree, and he's going to slowly descend and get to the one of the to the ground, and then eventually get to one of the carts. Let's see which cart to use.
We have the wagon. I think that's the only cart.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I guess we might not.
You got one choice here.
Yeah. Well, what corner? Grunk is gonna take whatever corner is looks the least the least used. Oh, at least there it is. Probably that corner.
Alright. Right next to the door.
Or
On top of the desk.
under the desk.
Or under the desk.
Probably under the desk.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
Yep. And it's gonna just gonna make sure it's nice and tucked in there. I'm gonna make sure that any of the windows, if there's any, have their what are they called? Like the trapdoor thing.
Shutters?
Shutters, yeah. Have the shutters closed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's gonna give her some food and just kind of close the door and let her do her thing in there.
Okay. She starts settle down. You see the first few weaves of a bit of a webbing nest here under the desk, surrounding the cage.
Mm-hmm.
She begins to set up her own small home here.
Okay. He's just gonna kind of close the door and he's gonna lean on it. And he's going to put his face, his palms over his face. And he's just gonna go, oh. Okay. Right. Okay. this will be an interesting future. And he's going to go to the rest of the party.
Okay.
And say that Oemi is now in the cart with her eggs underneath the table. And I think we should just kind of let her be there for a little bit to settle in. We might want to, like, at some point when we get to, someplace, I'm probably gonna buy some, I don't know, a screen or something and put around so, we get a little bit more privacy, I guess. So that I don't know. I'm kind of doing this.
How many eggs are we talking about?
Gunk is gonna like start counting on his fingers. Around 35, 36, something like that.
Well, I
That's
guess
a lot of spiders.
we're gonna need to make a hatchery.
Yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna take because I guess Grunk is gonna explain to everybody in when and how this happened, according to Webby. Both the location and the time and who the father is. So yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly. We haven't taken him to court yet.
So, allegedly, they have wolf spider face, spider head.
Giant spider. Some of the
Hybrid?
eggs did have a blue glow to them, and I know that is the telltale sign of face spider eggs. I have seen those before. I assume that the other ones that aren't glowing are going to be more normal. And that's something we are just going to have to deal with when the time comes. Because I don't know how long these are gonna take to hatch.
Okay. Alright. This has been a very interesting couple of days.
It is happening very quickly.
You're telling me.
Oh boy.
Well, today can't get any weirder, I suppose.
Don't jinx us. Please don't jinx us. I just want let's go, please.
Okay. Are you headed out?
Yara's just like, I want to leave now.
Okay. So, with that, you with the collective decision to head back to the Necropolis. With some resignation, you take a hold of your amulets. You utter the phrase. You feel that cold chill underneath the back of your head. As initially nothing happens until Rita, you feel something rustling beneath your feet, and then something clamps onto your ankle.
Oh boy. Yep, here we go again.
As a skeletal hand reaches up, grabs on your leg. The rest of you also see the same thing. Another series of skeletal hands grabs on your tail, Dejar.
At this point, he just resigned. Like, I don't care.
What is happening?
Oh yeah, no, this is a teleportation version of from Banzala, the ferryman. Don't worry about it too much. Don't worry about it too much. You'll see.
She says, Dejar, as she's gradually pulled underneath the earth as a torrent of skeletal hands bury her alive. Same thing happens with Sao Yun, with Velum still carrying Vladimir, you too, Grunker, Liskra as well, but you remain unfazed. Every single one of you, the cart as well, kind of creaks a bit as the skeletal hands grab on the wheels, bury it underneath the ground as well, and then you are suddenly dropping hundreds and hundreds of feet, spinning in spirals around yourselves. Washes of colour go past. Blues, purples, marigold petals swat you in the face. These horrific grinning tiki masks fly upwards. And then suddenly you feel yourself spinning back around as gravity seems to reverse. As you're almost coming upon some sort of ending to this pit. In pure darkness. Cobblestones open up before you, and you're gradually spat out on cold stone floor of a city.
I will never get used to that.
Rita's probably gonna throw up in her mouth a little bit. It's like,
Yeah, nope. Yeah, let it all out.
oh,
It's never good the first time.
This is way worse than transport via plants. I miss my trees already.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Oh my god, that's Angus.
The Angus.
I can move to Jar, not Zerth. That's interesting.
Angus.
Angus,
Dude,
what
I
the
can't-
fuck are
what
you
the fuck?
doing here?
I can. That's weird.
Look, merchants.
Oh no.
Shoppy. Yeah, no. Tashar's gonna just as soon as she gets there. Excellent. Pop goes into her bag of holding, pops a thing of rum, and just downs it.
Oh no. Drunk snack begins.
After that ordeal, you're gonna immediately drink. What could
What
possibly
could go wrong?
Rita's gonna like lean to Grunk and us like that she has a drinking problem, and Grunk is just gonna go, yeah.
I don't have a problem. I have drinking opportunities, and this is one of them.
You have a mastery.
Maybe don't hit it too hard too soon, Dejar.
Just a wee bit of sip. Like 1/4 of the bottle's gone. Just a wee bit of sip. Put it back in the bag.
Right, let's go.
What permission?
Yeah,
is
so
this?
that's
Permission
I guess.
wagon.
Yeah, no, I'm just clicking the fuck out of these red things. Holy shit.
Taking all the permission. Look at control
I'm just
Zerth.
gonna ignore them.
I can't. There we go.
Well, after all that, we're probably gonna be here a while, so let's go get ourselves situated, I guess.
As situated as we can be, I guess.
Well, from one uncomfortable place to another.
Really? Really?
Well, this place
this
is improvement.
This is uncomfortable compared to where we were.
Sao just gives Dishar this sort of look and then just with her eyes, just looks around to every inspirational thing around here, and then looks back to the jar, just like, yes.
Wow, woman, I don't know where your priorities are at, but I would
Oh, no,
consider this.
I'm not saying the other place was comfortable, but I'm not comfortable here. either.
Oh,
Both
you're not
bad, but
comfortable.
that one's worse.
Yeah, I would rather. Oh, if I had to go through Nightmare again, I would rather be here.
What was the name of the place we were at before? We go there, I guess.
What was the end's name, Kenner?
The Gilded Bones Inn.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's right there.
Gilded Bones.
Gilded Bones.
Get the
Look at the
bone.
bones.
Like everybody's
bones.
everybody's fucking mouth just went there and be like,
Ah, bones.
Look at the bones.
That's me.
look at the bones. They're
The
so
bones.
yellow.
So,
Steve's
as
like,
you make your way,
About.
as you make your way
Look at the
to
bones.
the Gilded Bones Inn, there's that carved sort of directly from the ancient stone of the Necropolis in the Pilgrims district here, reflecting on that sort of architectural grandeur of Tanzia's ancient traditions. It's located near the central ziggurat in that district. Stepping inside, you feel the familiar roaring warmth of fire pits surrounded by stone seating areas, sort of plush with hand-woven pillows, rich scent of spiced stews, and freshly baked maize, exuding this grandeur of ancient temples. What is Angus currently doing? What is Zerth currently doing, if he's there?
Depends on the time for Angus.
It's
What time of day is it?
it's getting towards midday.
I think Zerth. Well, actually, what would Angus be doing? Because I think that would influence Zerth.
It's midday right now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Correct.
Right now, he's probably doing his community service.
Cooking.
I was gonna say it's pretty.
Yeah, pretty much. Temple maintenance. He's doing some miracles at the
I
moment.
was gonna say it's midday. It's probably drinking.
It's probably
That
blank
too.
time of day. He's
Same time, really.
He's
It's
probably
3 o'clock
drinking
somewhere.
instead of sleeping.
So I guess perhaps Zerth is at the inn then.
I mean, it's very.
Oh, is he? Is Zerth?
I was gonna say it very much. So,
Okay.
where is Angus doing his community service?
I will say
Like, is he
I'll
up
make it
there at the top
convenient.
with the big old glowing skull, or?
only sometimes. If it's around midday, he's probably preparing lunch for people in a big old cauldron and is just getting ready to just feed the populace.
Probably at the Temple district, which is
Yep.
I would imagine where you emerged into, since you left that place as well.
Even if he's not directly at the inn, you will probably be able to see his tower set up somewhere, serving more or less as a portable kitchen.
I'd imagine that's reasonable. You could as you emerge, you could probably see like a small gathering around a very familiar looking temple at the foot of the tremendous temple of Banzala here.
I love the fact that your tower acts as a mobile kitchen as well, because I've seen the forged design on the inside. Yeah, it could be a retrofit kitchen real fast.
Oh yeah, just put a metal plate down, dude, like the old
Angus
cowboy
being
range
a-
ovens.
Yeah, Ghost Kitchen Angus.
Ghost kitchen Angus.
Literally
Golden
ghost kitchen.
soup kitchen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think in that case, Zerth is probably like if Angus is in the midst of cooking, I feel like Zerth would probably be close by in a chair with like his hooves up, just with his
Playing a tune.
well, I think kind of like with his violin in his lap, like he's holding it kind of like a ukulele, and he's like strumming the violin. Like he's not like he's being a bit more folksy.
Relaxed.
Yeah, and he's just probably humming a tune to himself, like coming up with a ditty or something of that nature.
Nice little ditty, relaxing little change of pace.
Yep. I mean, he's just
Yeah,
fucking relaxing with his friend. Like he's
Yeah.
it's one of those
At
things
this
where
moment, I
it's
think.
just. Oh, you go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I think at the moment they're kind of hanging out because it isn't quite the rush, but he's getting things prepared. You know, as it's approaching midday, so he's getting ready for it. So it's kind of casual, nothing's going on. They're enjoying a little bit of rare milk chocolate.
I think Zerth is just he knows that there's gonna be a lunch rush, and there's gonna be people eating, and Zerth is gonna be making some money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's been doing this for how long have we been on the road now?
Oh,
How long did it take
At least
the party to do their
at least a
their
year.
adventure? No. Allow me to rephrase. Since the Angus stayed behind and the group went on their adventure, and Angus has been doing his stuff. It's
Oh,
been a
gotcha.
It's been like a couple of weeks, right?
Oh yeah. I can. We'll
I
run
don't
with
think
that.
it's been that long.
but I can-
maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks at most, because we did teleport to the wagon and then went back on the main road, and then we took a couple days off roading.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
been a-
like
it's been a-
day-ish of
about
travel
about 3
through the
weeks.
Barrow.
Yep.
3 weeks. Oh, yeah. I think
It was a decent adventure.
Mhm.
So my point being, after 3 weeks, I imagine Zerth and Angus have gotten into a little bit of a routine, or at least understanding. He spends the earlier part of the day doing some kind of craft or work. He does volunteer service generally around midday, you know? He's still doing something and helping out Bonzala and his people, even if he's not the right guy for this adventure. He's been like seriously refurbishing temples and doing some miracles.
Oh yeah.
And at lunchtime he's feeding the people, at least those who have to eat. And I imagine people go to get his food because
yeah.
it's very different and pretty damn nice.
As you're busy feeding a number of these first individuals, these first few Banzalan priests who are taking their lunchtime break, so to speak, from their duties to come for their usual bowlful of Angus's premium food. You see out of the corner of your eye, just across the other side of the courtyard, this large familiar wagon sort of unearth itself from the ground, and you see Dejar take a swig of some sort of drink.
He's gonna go, 5 o'clock, and he's gonna take a swig of his endless flask. Well, he's gonna kind of wipe off his hands with a towel and look to Zerth. Seems some of our friends have come back. Wee bit earlier in the day than I anticipated, but you want me to go beckon them over?
And of course, but perhaps we can go there ourselves. Like they have been traveling some time. Hey! And then Zerth's gonna call out and give like a thaumaturgically enhanced whistle. Just to get everybody's attention, though I'm pretty sure they saw Angus's tower.
You're just whips around, just a drunken sway. Huh. Well, that's where he is.
You're gonna I know how to reel them in. He's going to take his pot lid and he's going to start fanning the steam and the cooking fumes in their direction.
Oh.
Sao has already caught the whiff of it and is... She's not dream walking, but she's definitely like, oh, she's having a look on her face like she missed it.
I think Yar wants to go, but there's a hesitation. Like, nah, I'm a head to the end, guys. I'm not feeling it.
Yes, empty stomach alcoholism. I'm gonna get drunk and immediately pass out. That's how she knows she's a professional in an educational field.
Maybe that's what she wants. It's like, yes, the sweet release of unconsciousness.
I mean, after dealing with everything she's been, she's like, yeah, no, I'm just like, this consciousness, that's overrated.
Consciousness is overrated. Yep.
Alright, so the rest of you, sans Dajar, who eventually kind of meet up with each other here in the central courtyard of the temple district of the Necropolis. What are you doing?
I think Liska's going to look to Vellum's like, so, dude, like, when we absorbed the energy, did we, like, did it go to Banzala? Do we have to turn in the ambulance? Like, how does this work?
We gotta,
I think it's
something
best
about
to
the
go-
amulet feels different, so maybe we do have to hand him back.
Yeah, probably the best idea to go talk to him just to be sure. But right now, I would like a proper meal made the right way. And you can see she's already turning away from the conversation and towards the smell of Angus cooking.
Whoop.
Yeah, need to get Valley something to eat.
There's
And he'll be following suit.
little Mikey holding up a bowl. Just do a little quality check here.
Here it comes.
Oh yeah. Here comes the 40...
First chef's tools roll in a long time.
Product inspiration.
Oh god, it's
What?
trash.
It didn't.
Did you make Mikey
It didn't
do
account for anything.
Oh
Where's
dear.
all your modifiers?
Yeah.
Oh, I use cooking tools instead of the tool check thing.
Yeah.
Product inspiration.
That'll do it.
Why
Plus-
is it not? It's not
The
giving
same
me
thing
the
it did with me the other day, Jenner.
I think so, yeah.
prompts for advantage or anything.
Yeah, that did the same thing. Tool check is busted, you have to do it manually, I'm afraid. That's what I went through.
Yeah. Tool
Digging on that.
proficiencies,
Has the expertise there.
cook's
It's
utensils.
just,
You have expertise with cook's utensils, don't you?
Yes.
Right, let me go ahead and fix that real quick.
yeah, it's been knocking off
Okay,
my...
so it's a
my-
plus 12. So,
It's so weird.
Hold on. It's still missing stuff.
okay. So
Hold
what...
on. I got it.
Okay.
Where's my?
Yeah,
I thought I had something that also gave me like an item that gave me a bonus to cooking.
Is it just your is it just Mikey's bliss?
Probably the bless.
Okay, so what we'll do...
For guidance.
Yep, it's guidance.
And then you wanted the inspiration from Bardic Inspiration.
And if you want to add on a 1d10.
Do you wish to take that?
What's this? Okay, plus that. Plus 1d10. So this was my roll.
Oh,
Here, I'm
goodness.
typing everything up right now, but I'm locking up. Okay. Background ambience is having a very hard time for me.
Okay, Foundry.
Oh,
Come
gee.
on now.
Oh,
There
Christ.
we go.
It'd actually be a 7 to start because I rolled a 7. and then I
Okay,
rolled a
so-
2, so it's one higher, so 30.
Yeah. Please describe this divine meal of the gods, of the living gods here in the temple district.
What's some notable cuts of meat that are around here?
Anything dinosaur?
Pretty much anything dinosaur. Meat from like large carnivores tends to be a delicacy in Tanzania in the Persian dynasty.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Where's my chef's carryall? There we go. I'm
Chef's
gonna
kiss.
say yes. Hadrosaur?
Yeah, I mean that's hadrosaur is like the same equivalent as like beef.
It's an herbivore. Theropod. Do I have yes, I do. A theropod is a carnivorous thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're raptor-like creatures.
Yep. As well
So,
as large Tyrannosaurus Rex. Anything like bipedal, pretty much.
Oh, this is going to be real simple. A whole bunch of theropod, bipedal, raptor-type meat stewed in a tomato and basil-based sauce with various garlics, onions, and herbs, a dash of chili peppers, thickened with a little bit of flour to make a thick sort of sauce that can coat the back of a spoon very easily, with parsley garnish, and what else do I have to throw in there? A dash of hollowed out button mushrooms full of cheese and butter.
Oh hell yeah!
Gotta have
You're,
cheese
you're
and butter.
making me hungry.
Yeah,
again.
is everyone else hungry?
Well, I mean, it's usually my food time right about now, so yeah.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, but
God damn.
people are probably going to start crowding here anytime soon. Being the first to get a bowl full of this, like a hunk of this Tyrannosaurus meat you've gotten here.
Just absolutely stewing and simmering away. Everybody gets a little mushroom appetizer, and then this bowl of essentially most all just meat.
You and Zerth have, throughout this past few weeks here, have quickly become the talk of the city.
Oh yeah. I mean, Zerth talks for behalf of half of the city. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What he does.
It is what he does. He is the storyteller.
Stay for a delicious meal and the entertainment.
The entertainment costs money. The
Yes.
meal's maybe free.
It's charity work, but if they do feel like giving,
If the
if you feel like donating,
tips,
sure, there's a
tips
hat.
are
It's there.
accepted.
Appreciated.
Yeah, he's got a little. There's a collection of like pots being washed with suds and stuff, and like there's one clean one that's in front of Zerth, with a little note that says "tips accepted."
Get Mikey
Be
to
able
walk
just to
around
let-
with a plate. It's just like it's just like a collection plate.
Yeah, he's got 2 plates.
I will say.
So he's prepared this magnificent meal for you.
I will say throughout the entire 3 weeks, You've been here preparing meals, getting the odd occasional gold piece of a donation from many of the sort of wealthier religious figures around the temple district. Gain a total of 231 gold.
Nice.
Hooray!
Money.
Money.
That's for the both of you.
Each or halved?
That'll be each. Between the both of you, so halved.
You can take
So
166. I'll take 165. You get one more than
166?
All right. So as the lunch rush is about 30 minutes from taking place from what you understand the usual time, what are you all doing here?
As mentioned, Sao is very much entranced by the divine smell and is
Yeah.
very, very clearly making her way over.
Kiara is heading straight for the Gilded Bones.
Gotcha.
She is absolutely just out of it right now. She just needs a little drink, and she just wants to just disappear from the world for a bit.
Grunka is probably going to do the same as Sao. And Rita being both... I don't think she's been in this city, right? This town, this city?
No.
Yeah. Both not having been here before and also just not necessarily liking cities all that much. She's going to stay close to the biggest landmark she can find, aka Liska. And
Probably a
she's just
good
gonna,
name.
she's just gonna stay close to her, cause like she doesn't know this place. She have no idea like where anything is. She's probably gonna get lost. She is, yeah, she's just kind of bewildered. So she's just gonna stay with the big McLarge huge, and go wherever Liska goes. So you know you can kind of know where she is.
Yeah,
But
Liska
yeah.
will be partaking in food.
Yeah,
Of course.
Grunka
You
is
eat for 4.
yeah, Grunka is just instantly like Sao, like when the smell hit, it's just like Angus, food. So yeah.
All right then.
Superb.
Hog even.
Is there
All right.
anything you wish to talk about? Anything you wish to do?
Well, just mainly getting some food and reacquainting with your boy. First on the order, because you know Valen's probably going to be mildly preoccupied after that.
All right. So the floor is yours.
So like obviously there's like a couple of people, there's like not swaths of people, but a crowd gathering, and then
Yeah.
eventually you just Angus would just be like, "Might have got 2 servants, Angus."
Oh, you're a growing boy, of course.
No, not for
There's
me.
the telltale smirk and wink. Speaking of growing, where's the lass? So he kind of looks around behind you, anticipating her to be tucked behind so she doesn't get lost in a crowd.
At that point, you'll sort of just like sort of like not tilt, but like open up the. God, what was it you called it earlier?
Baby Bjorn?
Sure, a Bjorn. I'll call it a Bjorn, because I keep fumbling with the word for it. Like he'll sort of open it a little bit to show she's in there sleeping, quote unquote. It's
How
been a
old
bit
is
of a
she?
rub-
Adult terms? Isn't she like 11?
It's
Ish.
been a long trip. There's a lot that's gone on. I'll fill you in later. but she's still got to eat.
Janner, how old is she, like,
Oh,
in,
human.
like, people terms?
Like 13 or 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty big to be tucked in one of those
People.
things. And to be hidden.
It is. Well, it's not hidden.
That's
I said it was
a...
hidden.
That's a piggyback size, buddy.
Mhm.
I did repurpose a big burlap sack for this, so it's not like she's squished at all.
Yeah, but you're a medium creature.
No, I'm
carrying
just
a medium
thinking the
creature.
volume... Yeah.
That's fair.
This isn't a small child or an infant that you can hide underneath a cloak. This is a...
I never said I was
this is a
hiding.
teenager.
You're the one who said she's invisible, but either way, she is.
That's what I always
it's-
thought.
that-
Like, I was like, Liz could do that, but you know, I wasn't gonna say anything.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
got a
I
decent
was
strength.
confused.
No, it's understandable. He's got a decent strength, so it's not an issue whether he's carrying her. Just, you know, it's an oddity for sure that he's doing this in
Yeah.
the first place.
It's odd she's asleep. He's just gonna immediately squint a little. As he's squinting and not breaking eye contact, he sets down a second bowl. And you can see he kind of looks at it, and he sticks it at like a knife-type object and starts whisking it, liquefying the bits of meat. Has she done that before? That thing she's doing?
No.
No,
she
sleeping.
hasn't.
And he squints even further. Okay. I don't really know what that is, but here's your soup.
Thanks, Angus. Let's talk when you're done with the lunch rush. Gotta fill you in, let you know what's going on, and yeah.
Right, works for me.
If it wasn't apparent, he's definitely off.
Yep, and he can tell, so he's not gonna push. Alright, then. Well,
I'm
we'll
glad to hear
touch
you're doing
base
alright,
on
though.
that and everything else.
I'm glad to see you're doing alright, though.
I'm-
Wasn't quite the same without you
I'm
on the
doing
road.
pretty good. Oh, somebody missed me. What am I cooking?
I think
Sal
everyone did. Some more than
Sal
others.
comes in from the sideline and just gently takes his chef's hat, lifts it, gives him a kiss on the forehead, places it back and says, "You bet I missed both of them."
The perfect timing of that. Vellum saying, some more than others, Sal arrives.
The aggressive mustache twitch and the little flushing.
Well, I'm gonna go eat up.
Righto then.
He'll sort of like excuse himself. And yeah, he'll
Well-
probably...
Mhm.
Sorry, I was just gonna say he's probably
Right.
gonna head back to the inn with his food. Comfortable environment, all that stuff. I don't know if the tower's set up for living at the moment, considering he's been using it as a kitchen. So.
I mean, just the first floor. Yep, floor is pretty much just fine.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know, fuck it. Why walk all the way back to the inn?
Just go upstairs.
I was also curious because like we haven't been at the inn for like 3 weeks. We don't have rooms there.
Oh yeah, no. I was originally thinking he'd go get a room, but then I remembered tower exists because you know we haven't had that luxury for like a month or two.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just saying
forgot
for
about
those
that.
that did go back to the inn, like you're gonna have to rent a room.
Yeah, Dejara
Oh,
went
yeah,
back
no.
to the inn for different reasons, I imagine. Booze.
I need to sleep, but before I do, more alcohol.
Yeah, and the alcohol
Pretty
is
much.
like heads. It solves itself. But now Vellum will
Awful
go.
dude.
I don't need to pay to rent a room. If I buy renting a room's worth of alcohol and pass out in the bar, legally they can't kick me out.
Right, legally,
There's just
technically
roll
correct.
around.
The best kind of correct. As long as I'm blacked out, I have a nap.
You are blacked out.
Exactly.
Also, even fuck you. I see what you did. Chewing the scenery so much, he gags on the background. Or did you mean in the background? Because both could be applicable.
Both work.
I prefer to
look-
think that he was chewing the scenery so much he choked on the background. It's a funny
When is Earth not chewing the scenery?
Exactly, that's why it's perfect.
I mean, he can
It
go
would
from like a
even-
light nibble to just full on just huzzah buffet.
Bro lifts his pinky
Yes.
when he's eating the scenery.
What do you do?
Does he do it
My
with the
man
pinky
has
out?
manners.
He does a lot of things with the pinky out.
Hmm.
He is a gentleman.
Including no, there's too many jokes there. I'm gonna move forward.
Yes.
That was the implication.
So, as the lunch rush commences, gradually crowds of people gather. It is a whirlwind of motion, heat, sort of beads of sweat, hot on your brow, Angus, as the heat of the forge, now renovated as a temporary kitchen, beats in your face. Zerth strikes up a jaunty tune as crowds gather, applauds his various improvised songs. Go and make me a performance check, Zerth.
Nothing is quite as improvised with Zerth.
I mean, he has a passive 22, but let's see what the roll is. Or do you? Let's see. Well, he rolled a 2. Let's re-roll that.
There you go.
Yeah, let's just.
There we go. Oh, the
Yeah.
the violin with a tune. Hold up 1 second.
Yeah.
Behold, the power of a cleric.
30.
That should have been Angus, but whatever.
There you go. So, with with 30s on both sides, 30 with Angus's meals here, and your 30 performance check, Zerth. How would you describe this? How do you describe enchanting the throngs of the Temple District?
So I would say that Zerth, having spent some time here, and most of the time, like while Angus is doing his crafting and his community service, and Zerth does kind of go hither and thither with Angus to do performances when he feels it is most appropriate and he'd likely get the most money. There are points where throughout the weeks he's kind of gone to different places of business, bars, did perusing, shopping, and just learned of the history and lore of the place and like the stories that accompany them. I'd say that given the return of friends and allies, it would probably be a bit more of a upbeat, kind of a jaunty tune, and he's going to do a kind of cheeky song about how Banzala came into being. Essentially, just kind of since no one knows what happened to Banzala when he went off into the forest by himself, Zerth just made shit up, and he's singing that. It's the ballad of Banzala. And
Ballsy move to do that in his home.
I mean, Banzala would probably appreciate it. I'm just saying. But yeah, so that's what Zerth's doing.
It's a little tricky, little mischievous. You're making up stories. It's not a lie. It's a story, but you know, it adds to the mystery of his character. I bet he'd appreciate.
And it changes, and it does change every performance.
Yeah, he just adds allegedly at the end, so he's fine.
Allegedly.
Based on
Yeah,
true
he's
events.
embellishing the stories with some liberties.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's different. It's a different story every single time he does perform. So, like in the he's told 21, maybe 22 today, different stories of how Banzala became a living god.
the one where he flirted with the 13th deceased empress of the dynasty, really captured some attention.
I like to think Banzala is just like, he's like, I won't tell you which one is true, but one of them might be.
Oh, exactly. So
You're all terrible.
gradually, the atmosphere winds down. I'll also say with that 30 performance check, I'll give you another.
Roughly the same number.
A few. You seem to have gathered quite an audience with a number of the more wealthy temple nobles here in the temple district. Some return patrons, if you will.
Yep. Zerth,
Oh,
he's fucking
I
doing
love
his
me a
crowd work,
regular.
Yeah, he's doing his crowd work. He's moving about, getting people involved. The story is different each time, but the chorus isn't. So
Yeah,
people who are regulars, they know the chorus, and so
and they start singing along with
having
this as
people-
well.
Exactly. He's an entertainer. He knows how to work a crowd.
Some of them sort of stumble over their words. With some of them, trade tongue isn't their first language, but they gradually do get a hang of it.
Oh man, I almost feel like Zerth in this time possibly
Might
has
pick,
learned certain things, but
might pick
it's,
up on
it's
a
fine.
few Tosian words.
Yeah.
Probably swear words.
Oh yeah, probably. Well,
I mean,
most,
that's the
most
first thing.
definitely.
'Cause,
Gradually.
I mean, he does have comprehend languages, so it's very easy for him to be
Oh,
like,
true,
"Hey,
true.
this is this. How do you say this in your language?" Like, he can very easily. While he's not fluent, I do feel like he does have a moderate understanding of the language.
Mhm.
I'm reminded of Pan's Labyrinth. I think it's the one Del Toro movie set in. It's either Spain or Italy.
I think it's Spain.
Yeah, but that one actor that they had to play the tall satyr, he learned all the phonetics of the lines so that dubbing over him would be piss easy. I feel like, yeah, they'll probably do something like that.
I mean, to be fair, he's been learning Tahosian. Like, he would have been trying to learn Tahosian since the first foot he stepped in.
He's a
Like,
bard. You speak the
Yeah.
language of the locals.
Exactly.
I would also imagine that it would be difficult for Etheria not to revert back to those memories of traipsing through the forests and playing her own instruments.
There is absolutely an aggressively swishing tail at the moment as she's trying to keep her arms crossed and remain still, but the swishing tail and the tapping hoof betrays her willpower.
I'm sorry, I went to look up a GIF and I found an even better one.
Yep.
I was just gonna get like a squirrel twitching its tail, and then I just found this fucking masterpiece.
That's
For those in the recording, it's a squirrel standing up with a tail going fucking crazy behind it.
Yep, pretty accurate.
He's dancing.
Oh god,
Hey Sable, you know what you must animate now?
I don't have time.
Do it.
I wish, but
So,
I try not to commit to too many big projects. Anyway, continue.
as the lunch hour gradually winds down, the crowds begin to disperse and return to their various duties. A few gold coins last minute kind of plop into whatever container I imagine that Zerth has up right now. for donations. And eventually,
Just fancy.
everyone returns to their various temples.
Thank God the music stopped. It was lining up perfectly with the music and I was dying.
What a
You-
trip.
You have a moment here to recollect yourselves, greet your friends, and potentially discuss what you discovered on your journeys, what happened. And unless anyone has anything they want to say right now, we can probably end it here.
I was about to say,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
there's likely a few roleplay things people want to do,
Mm-hmm.
but we are 5 minutes from time. So do we want to leave on that particular narrative note and then dive into fresh roleplay next week? Or because we started late, do we want to push longer? What are people's thoughts?
Yeah.
It might be for the best, so you don't really feel like you have any time constraints.
Yeah.
I'm happy to continue if that's what you guys want.
I think what Gab was saying is that they'll feel like there's a time pressure going past time as opposed to starting next session when we have the full 4 hours.
Yeah, everybody's like, fresh and refreshed. Maybe had a think over what to do and what to say.
Alright then. Okay, since no other objections, that's what we shall do. So with that, we'll end the session there. I'll stop recording in 3, 2,